Okay, we're back and super excited to take a look at some of these cards. Um, we're just gonna do what we did last time and take a look at condition and all that jazz, just so we can kind of see like what what kind of damage is on these things, what kind of my guess for what kind of grade these might get from CGC. Again, I have no idea. I don't have any baseline. All I have is all I all I've looked at is just videos on YouTube and things like, hey, we've got docked for centering and surface. So um, yeah, well, we're just gonna take a look, and while I put these in the card savers, haha, I learned what it is, card savers, and we can. These are the cards that we're probably gonna get graded. I think they're really expensive, and if they're in really good condition, then they're even more expensive. Regardless of condition, I think I think these are totally worth a lot of money, like maybe $100 or $50 or something like that. Okay, let's get started. We have here a holographic Blastoise. I believe it's their base set for Japanese. So we look at centering, and it looks pretty well centered, in my opinion. It might be slightly off center and one of the sides, I have no idea, but just eyeballing it, it looks pretty solid. We're going to look at the edges and corners. We'll start at the top. Top looks pretty good just for edges. There's one little nick here. You can kind of see some damage on the surface, but we're looking at edges and corners. Might be something here on this corner. Nothing on that side left. There's a little nick over here. Left side looks pretty solid. Right side, not too bad. Bottom looks pretty good too. Then we'll look at the surface on this guy. Some scratches here. Not much scratches on the card face. Let's check out the hollow. Doesn't look too bad. There's a bit of a scratch here in the upper left-hand corner. Doesn't look too bad, and then of course we have all these scratches on the top of the card here. So maybe get docked a little bit on that. The backside centering looks pretty good. So for once, I guess centering is the least of our worries. A little dusty. Again, we see the little nick over there on the top edge right here. Corners look pretty good on this side. Edge on this side is pretty solid. Edge on the right side is pretty good. And the bottom looks pretty solid. When we look at the surface, we have some scratches over here. Those might be print scratches, but on the bottom there you can see, bottom in the center, those look like scratches. Another scratch on this end. So I think the weakest category we have on this is going to be surface. Oh yeah, lots of scratches over here. So I don't know how big of a deal. Oh wow. Oh, you can really see on the top those scratches over there. Even on this side. So yeah, surface is probably going to be the weakest category that this Blastoise is gonna see, but it's still the Blastoise, and getting it graded will significantly increase the value. And of course, when we get it graded, it gets encapsulated and we don't have to worry about it getting damaged anymore, more than it already has gotten damaged. Well, hopefully. Okay, get this in. Pretty good, alright. Here you go. Card saved. This card saved. Okay, next up is Japanese Blaine's Charizard. Oh my goodness, Gym Heroes, I think. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So take a look at the centering. In my opinion, the top has slightly more border than the bottom, but it's not terrible. Oh, we didn't guess. We didn't guess a grade. To me, scratches. Yeah, surface. It's not really bad. Like maybe a 7. And then with the rest of the card in like such good condition, I think maybe it'll bump it up to 7.5. I don't know if they'll bump it up to 8. I think your overall score is your lowest score of the 4 by half a point. So if our lowest score is a 7, supposedly the highest we can get is a 7.5. But I think I've seen it where the score gets bumped up a full point. Maybe it's like everything else is 10 and we just like it totally deserves to go up an extra point, but who knows. Okay, sorry. Centering, we already talked about that. Edges and corners. Top edge looks alright. This side looks a little... No, that just might be the light. The corner looks like there's a little bit of damage right on the edge of this corner over here. This side looks good. The left edge looks great. Right edge looks really good. Let's look at the bottom. There's a little ding in the middle of the card on the bottom. Oh, and it looks like there's a little ding. It's a little tiny one on the bottom left corner. Okay, let's check out the surface of this guy. Gotta go real slow and careful just so that we don't pass any scratches. To be honest, I'm actually looking at this through the camera. I don't think I can get a real... It's like the camera can pick up a lot of things. So like there's like a weird smudge here on the edge of my shadow. That's kind of minor though, in my opinion. But again, if it's something we can see, definitely the graders are gonna see it. So see if we can pick up anything on the hollow here. Wow, I think I'm like hitting it right where it's impossible to see there. That's a pretty good angle. Actually, I'm having a hard time seeing it on the camera. I don't think I see anything. Let me look at it on... Not through the camera. It doesn't look like there are any scratches to me. I'm trying to get it to shine in other angles. Yeah, I don't see anything. So it looks pretty good on the front. Let's check out the back. Centering. Centering, I think similar problem to the front. The top just has a tiny smidge more border. So looking at the top here, we can definitely see a little bit of whiting on this edge. The corners look pretty good. Wow. Dang, this one is in pretty solid condition. Oh, there's a ding. thing right here on this edge, and a bit of whitening on this bottom edge here. Yeah, these corners look pretty good. So maybe the edges are probably the weakest so far. Let's look at this surface here. Oh, I think I see a couple scratches down here. Oh yeah, there. You can see them in the lower right hand corner. There's another scratch over here, scratch over here. And yep, scratches in the middle. This is just normal wear and tear of like us as kids. More scratches on this side. Playing around with them. Putting them in binders. I'm pretty sure we didn't have card sleeves back in the day. So yeah, overall not too bad. Like solid 8 on this, I think. It'd be great if we get like an 8.5 or a 9 though. But you know, I don't want to overestimate these cards, cause if you like the money difference between a 9 and a 10 is astronomical. Difference between an 8 and a 9 is not as bad, but it's still a significant number. It's like could be off by, or they could be different by about $100. So definitely recommend. Oop, it's a little off, but it's completely inside the saver, so that's cool. Next up, we have a base set English Alakazam. Dang, my bro hit all the cards. Okay, let's look at centering on this guy. It looks pretty good. The top and bottom seem a little deceiving because there's just so much border in general. It does look like the top has a little bit more though, and maybe the left, but it's pretty close. It's not as, these are not as bad as my cards that I went through. Edges, it's got the same wear and tear that we've seen. If I shine it at just the right angle, you can see that the edges are not quite straight, and I think I want to say that they, like in person, if you shine it at the right angle, they look like it shines. So it makes me think that it's just the edges of the cards that are just wearing out. But I would think that CGC is gonna dock points for that. So edges, here we've got that, but none of the usual whitening or nicks that you normally see with regular card damage. Oh no. Hopefully I can make it through. I've got 15% battery left. Edges look alright. These corners look pretty good. Oh no, is this the bottom? Yeah, the only wear on the edges that we see with this silvering is the top and the left. So we'll look at the surface. It's got a little bit of like a little bit of dust. Not really dust, but it's like, I don't want to say gunk. It just looks like there's stuff on the surface of the card. I wonder if I can wipe those off. Ooh, there's a little scratch on the bottom of the hollow right where my shadow is. Yeah, there's some scratches. I can't tell if that's part of the hollow or not, but it looks like there's scratches here by his right hand. Oh, there's a bunch of horizontal ones there. They go all the way across. Those might be print scratches, but they're still scratches, so I would consider that damage. Centering on the back. Right side actually, yeah, oh no, flip. Yeah, right side looks like it has a little bit more space, or a little bit more border. And so does the top. Edges, ooh, top has a bit of whitening. Corner looks, this corner looks okay. This one looks like it has a little bit of whitening. Right side has a nick over here with some whitening along the edge. Left side looks pretty good. One ding. The bottom left corner has a little bit of whitening. So that's probably one of our weaker categories here. The back surface looks a little bit of stuff on it. And then I think we saw, yeah, well, not a lot of scratches on it. There's this little white thing. I can't tell if that's on top of the card or a scratch in the card. I don't want to touch it too much, but with the way the edges are, overall, the back is probably the weakest part. I don't know. I mean, I would guess 7.5. So centering is not terrible, so it'll bring the score up a bit. But yeah, our edges and corners on that is definitely the weakest. But still, it's a base set Alakazam. I think selling this card without grading is already like $50. So getting it graded, if we get somewhere around, an 8, like that's like $200. Like, damn. Okay. Next we have a Japanese holographic Mewtwo. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Centering looks... That looks pretty good. Like, wow. Looks pretty even to me. Pretty even. And we're trying to be objective here. There's no point in trying to ignore the damage that we find. Like I said, if I can find it, I'm sure the grader can find it. The edge here, there's a ding here, and then there's a little bit of whitening here on this corner. Doesn't look too bad. This edge, left edge looks pretty clean. Right edge. Is that a thing? Oh, it looks more like a surface thing. So right edge looks pretty clean. Bottom and the corners. What is that? I think that's another edge thing. Or surface. Bottom, oops. This bottom corner has a weird... I can't tell if this is a thing or that's just how the card is cut. It looks like it's lifted up just very slightly on this corner. Oh, there. That looks more like, oh, don't look at my dirty fingernails. It looks more like a ding. Okay, surface. I still have one more card to go through and I hope my battery lives. I see a scratch right there on the second attack. Oh, on this one we actually do see the edges giving that weird wear and tear. Where is it? I saw it. Is it the bottom? Is it the top? Where'd it go? Where did I see? Oh, there, this thing. This is that weird edge wear where I think that the surface of the card is kind of chipping off and the bottom holographic is what's showing up on the surface, or like the very edge of the card. Oh, there. You can kind of see it too on this end. The hollow looks pretty solid. The camera can kind of hide things too with the way that the light shines on it. So, let me look. Yeah, no, this one was pretty clean when I looked at it. I'm pretty sure this one was the one. And finally, the back. Centering looks like... Does it look like right side has a little more border? Top and bottom, it looks pretty even. Maybe the top has a little more. Let's look at edges. There's a nice thing over here with a scratch on the surface in the middle. A little bit of whitening on this corner. Left edge looks pretty good. So does the right edge. And the bottom looks, oh no, maybe a little small teeny tiny bit right there. I don't think that's any debris. Oh no, it is. Look, it went away. It was just a little piece of lint holding on to dear life. And the back. Ooh, it looks like there's a bunch of, ooh, that's a pretty good scratch. There's a bunch of scratches on the back of this guy. Nothing we can do about it now. Until we take care of it. Alright, until we get it graded, I mean. Yeah, it's quite a bit of scratches on the back side though, so I don't know how maybe they, okay, if I were to split the grade, 5 and 5. 5 on the front is pretty good. Maybe a 3, so 3 on the back because of all the scratching. So what, an 8? 8 for surface. Overall, it's not a bad card. 8.5, maybe. Hopefully, we hope for a 9, but you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, like a solid 8, 8.5. Again, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just looking, or my only reference is just watching people open up their cards on YouTube and looking on eBay for cards that are already graded with subgrades, and then looking up their code verification on CGC and taking a look at the card, see if I can see anything. I think the only thing you can't really see on those verification pictures is the surface, because it's just a straight top down. So if there are any like scratches that you can only see if you turn the card, you're not going to see it on those pictures. All right, and the final card we have here is a Dark Blastoise, a Japanese one. And another one where centering looks pretty darn good. I am so jealous. I swear, every single one of my cards that we looked at in my other videos, like the centering was terrible, or they were super obviously not well centered. Edges on the top and the corners, they'll look pretty good. I feel like the edge right over here might have something, like right there, maybe not. Might be seeing things. Like I feel like it goes like a little bump or something. Might be my eyes playing tricks on me. Okay. Left edge looks pretty good. Right edge. Again, no whitening. No whitening. Oh, what is this? Is that lint? Does look like a little bit of debris. That's all it is. There, it's gone. No debris. No bottom edge and corners. Wow, this one's pretty good. Okay, let's look at the surface on this guy. Don't see anything. Not right now. Let's check out the hollow. Oh, is that a scratch? Right there? Or maybe that's just part of the hollow. Oh yeah, that's part of the background. I'm looking at There's like a little hairline of the background. It looks like a scratch when you put it over here, but it's not. Oh man. Great condition. Looks pretty good. I don't think I see anything. Let's look at the top of the card. Yeah, looks pretty good. Wow. Back of the card. Top edge looks pretty good. This is bothering me on the surface. We'll get to that. Oh yeah, probably gotta wipe off the surface a bit. Corner looks good. I feel like there's a... I can't tell if it's just the angle that I'm at. The edge might look like there's a little bit of wear on it. Just a very small amount, but it's like, it's not the normal kind. It's like very, very light. Left edge looks good. Right edge, this corner. And the right edge looks amazing. Bottom edge looks good. Uh-oh. Okay, we better wrap this one up. I'm at 5%. Okay, and let's look at the surface. Ooh, do you see that? There's a giant scratch right there. That sucks. But not much else other than the debris. But I think that this has a pretty good chance of getting a... Well, without that scratch, I would think it's a 10. I can barely find anything wrong with it. But with the scratch, like, solid 9.5, 9. That's probably gonna be crazy to see if we get it with this, but we'll see. I think that's it for now. We're running kind of long on this video. I just wanted to get these 5 cards in one video just so that we can kind of see the cards that I would recommend my brother get graded. Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. I had fun doing it. Okay, bye.